Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be the video review for Transformers Combiner Wars Megatron. And as you can see, I have his packaging right here, and it is quite large. On the front we got a picture of Megatron, we got the standard Transformers generation stuff, it says Combiner Wars, and it says Megatron. On the side here we got a larger artwork of Megatron, and on the back we got your normal typical stuff. Product shots and bio, 15 steps, and that is it for the box. So let's get rid of the box. I'll talk about what comes in the box a little bit now, just for fun. It comes with this nifty little collector's card, which is obviously supposed to be Gun Megatron, not Tank Megatron, but that is neither here nor there. There's the rear of it, just says Transformers Generations. Also comes with this sticker sheet. I have only used one sticker, and that was the gun barrel one, which I will be getting to. I would have used these curly cues, but as many other reviewers have noted, they are on a white background, which would ruin the look of the figure, hence I will not be using them. The Autobot and Decepticon logos I will be using on other figures, don't know which ones yet, but they will definitely get used. So, that is it for the packaging. Let me go ahead and move the camera in, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit disorienting, guys. Just lower this thing down here. Come on, come on. There we go. I'm trying this continual one shot. Guys, let me know in the comments if you like this or not. Anyway, here we have Megatron in his tank mode, and I have to say he looks pretty darn cool, I think. Definitely very nice. Now, I haven't seen any photos or video that really does this toy justice, okay? The silver paint apps and the detailing on this thing are just insane. I mean, he looks absolutely flippin' great. In this mode. It's a wonderful tank mode. He's got of course, the wonderful rubber treads, so he rolls real well. He's got his turret rotates. The only thing it doesn't do is you can't lift the gun up and down. He of course has a firing missile. Let's do that real quick. Yay, missile fires. And the other thing he has, of course, is the in this mode that's a semi-gimmick are the Minicon ports. So, if you so want, right, you can, oh, he wants to fall down there on me. There we go. You can mount Minicons to him, and of course that's because he shares a mold with Armada, Combiner Wars Armada Megatron, which I am not going to buy because I have zero interest in it. And why, you might ask? Because I've already got the original Armada Megatron, and it's actually a pretty damn good toy in its own right. I don't really think they're going to do much better than that for that Megatron. And I'm not exactly like the biggest Armada fan in the world, but if they had released an outstanding toy of this, I would have bought it. Now, as far as size and tank mode goes, these guys are actually extremely similar in size. Armada Megatron is a hair taller than Combiner Wars Megatron, but their length, actually, he's also a little bit longer and a little wider. So this is actually bigger in tank mode than the Combiner Wars one. But that doesn't, you'll see what how that changes when we get to robot mode. But just to give you more of a close-up of this guy, he is just, I mean, he is absolutely stunning with the silver paint and the detailing on this guy. It is just out of this world. Looks really nice. This is definitely the best Megatron we've gotten in a long time. Now, he's not flawless, and I'll be getting to that in robot mode, but his tank mode, I really don't have that, it's hard to find fault with it. One thing I want to note is he's got a really awesome tampographed Decepticon logo there. He's got the radar dish that I guess modern tanks have. I mean, he is just, I don't know what he's supposed to be all after, if it's an Abrams or what. I'm not a tank expert, but I'll tell you what, it is just a wonderfully sweet looking vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and you know, get this guy transformed. It's fairly easy. You just pop off his guns there to start with, and the next step after that is that I like to do. I mean, there's a number of ways to do this, but you take the back pieces here, it would be his legs, they pop off. You can also then separate on top here. Those become his arms. And here you separate the front of the tank. That ends up as his back. And then what you can do is you fold these together. Now it's a pretty easy matter of getting it done from here. It's just folding stuff. So fold the legs down. Fold the feet forward. Bring his crotch piece up. Oh, and I am now, you can't see what I'm doing. Let me pause right here so we can, I'll get the camera readjusted so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, continuing on. The next step is you just lower his chest piece there, and it'll tab in. There's two holes and two tabs. Tab them together. Bring his head forward. It's your choice if you want to lower the treads or not. You can lower the rear treads. Then you can collapse the gun turret down, bend out the arms, and then reveal his fists by pulling back on the piece there. Do the same thing on the other side, and now you have this guy in a robot mode. And yeah, my opinion, he looks pretty darn excellent in robot mode. Like I said, this is easily the best Megatron we have gotten for a while. He's quite good. Is he perfect? No, he's not. There are some nitpicks about him, you know, but compared to what we've gotten, he's pretty flippin' great. You have two options for his gun. Right now, the way it's, or I'm sorry, his cannon, you have two options for that. This right here is the more G1-esque look, where it looks like a fusion cannon. But if you want to, you can very easily turn his gun and have the longer cannon, and it extends quite a bit, so that gives him a very long cannon. You know, if you want to think, hey, there's Sniper Megatron or Air Artillery Megatron, whatever, it's an option for you. Basically, whatever you prefer. As far as his articulation goes, he's got a good amount of it. He has minimal ankle tilt. His feet can go forward and they go forward. They don't go back. Bends at the knee, but only that much. Excuse me. He rotates there at the top of the thigh, and that reveals more detailing underneath. Really neat there. He does have waist rotation, but to utilize it, his treads actually need to be up, because if they're down, his waist will not rotate. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I guess due to the transformation, you know, it's just the way it works. His shoulders, they're on kind of universal joints, all directions. Yes, the red plastic sticking out doesn't look great, but it is forgivable. You got all directions at the shoulder. At the elbows, we got a ratchet joint, and of course it rotates. Wrists rotate. Oops. Head is, you know, can look up, rotate. It's on a universal joint. So all of the articulation is there that you would expect. You know, they did not skimp on that. But my favorite part about this toy is how much G1 detail they managed to incorporate into this toy, even though he does not transform into a gun. They really did a great job with him. Let me go ahead and just zoom in on his head. Now that is an awesome G1 Megatron head. I'm sorry, it just is. He also has, as you can see on the shoulder, those look like, you know, a piece of the gun hammer, you know, harkening back to his gun mode. That's not the only indication of that on the toy. The chest is pretty much pitch perfect as far as the way his chest looked in the cartoon. Torso is also quite good. His legs, as you can see, now they're not perfect, but let me just go ahead and zoom in here. The side of the leg is supposed to look like a handle of the Walther pistol. So there's definitely a whole lot of homages to his G1 alt mode in this toy. It's not like they completely ignored it. You know, this is just, I know we're never actually going to get an official Megatron in this country that transforms into a realistic gun. It's just not going to happen. This, I think, is a really good compromise. You know, they managed to keep a lot of G1 elements in there without, you know, him actually being a gun. I think, unfortunately, this is probably as good as it's going to get. Yes, I know we also have the third-party Masterpiece Megatron that's out right now, and it does look even more G1 accurate than this, but if you don't want to spend $150, I think this is probably going to be the way you want to go. Let me go ahead and pause real quick. I'm going to get Armada Megatron transformed into robot mode. We'll do a few more comparisons, and we'll go over a few more things. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, just for fun, here is Combiner Wars Megatron next to Armada Megatron. As you can see, at the head, the leader class Megatron, much taller than Armada Megatron. But if you take into account, you know, Armada Megatron's shoulders, he actually is taller than Combiner Wars Megatron. So it just depends, I guess, on how you really want to, what standard you want to use to measure him. Now, of course, the thing that everybody is curious about, how does he stack up next to MP10? Well, they are roughly the same height. MP10 is slightly taller than Leader Class Megatron, not by a lot, just a little bit taller at the head. They actually are fairly compatible size-wise. So, this guy can be a stand-in for a Masterpiece collection. But again, I know he's not quite Masterpiece level. You know, because of some of the gripes of this figure, you know, the joints on the shoulder being the biggest one. But, I mean, in hand, you know, it looks kind of a lot worse than what it actually is. It really doesn't bug me. Oh, and by the way, I put the rifle in a hand just so you can see what it looks like with him holding it. But Megatron does not need a rifle. He just doesn't. So let's go ahead and put that down. And with the DX1, I believe that's the name of the upgrade kit that's coming for this guy. That adds a barrel on the back, gives him more G1-esque legs, adds a little height to him. I think with that upgrade kit, this guy will be an even better Masterpiece Megatron than what he currently is. You know, it's really up to you guys what you think about him. Is he as nice as the $150 third-party Masterpiece Megatron that's currently out by X-Transbots? I'm going to go ahead out on a limb and say probably not. I don't have that one in hand, and I had considered getting it, but with this figure being as good as it is, it really scratches my G1 Megatron itch fairly well. No, this guy's not perfect, but he's pretty darn good, and, you know, for $45 compared to $150, I can live with the compromises of this figure. He's not perfect, but he's pretty damn good. He is definitely the best Megatron we've gotten in a while. Real nice, and he, you know, he comes highly recommended. I have no reservations recommending this figure. Real nice, real good. That pretty much is going to wrap this whole thing up. If you guys liked what you see, you know, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.